here you see this. First of all, we have a MDG basis overview, architectural overview, and deployment options. So first of all, we need to discuss what is MDG, why MDG basically, right? So different deployment option basically SAP provided basically. What is the current release of SAP MDG? Okay. So lots of things we are going to discuss on MDG
Yes,
basis.
keep the PPT in the presentation mode.
One second. Huh? Fine. So next is basically data modeling. So data modeling will go through the complete out of the box SAP provided data model. Okay, so one is BP for business partner, MM for material master, and OG for finance. Okay, so out of these we are also going to create complete custom data model end to end. Basically, is how we are going to create a custom data model. Okay. The next is basically UI modeling. So on the UI modeling, we are going to work basically how to design the UI user interface for MDG screen. Okay, just like we have a model 2 program. Here we have APM screen is there, floor plan manager. Basically, it's all the UI design through APM screen. The next is basically process modeling. The process modeling, very important part for functional teams. They're going to work on it with a lot of medium time. They're going to work on this here. Okay, so here how to create a change request, how to set up a workflows. Okay, so generally we are using a rule-based workflow here. So even a technical functional team can design that without writing a single line of code. Okay, completely designing things. Okay. So next is data quality and search. So here we are going to discuss different kind of search SAP is provided. Database search, HANA search, okay, enterprise search, and data quality, how to remove the duplicate records from the table level. Okay, so different way SAP is provided to enrich your data for creating a duplicate records basically, right? We avoid master data to be duplicate. Okay, that is one thing. Next is basically data replication framework. So data replication frameworks, whenever you are migrating data from one system to other system, okay, on that case, the different way we have IDOC is there, web services are there. Generally, we are going to use to replicate the data from MDG system to other connected system, basically satellite system, basically. Okay. The next is data import framework. So data import framework basically is how you are going to import the master data basically. Okay, suppose you have a complete fresh system. Now you are going to load the data to MDG system. So different way we have a file upload, we have a data import framework. Even we can use BAPIs, LSMW, LTMC, lots of tools you can use to load the data basically. Okay. Next is key mapping, value mapping. So here we are going to discuss different concept how we are going to do key mapping. If the multiple systems there, if they have different key combination, on that case, how we are going to map it. Okay, so similarly value mapping, if they have different system have different values, understanding right, on that case how we are going to map the value from source to target system. So on that case we are going to look into it. Okay. Next is MDG APIs. So this is basically mainly for coding SAP technical things. We have 11 number body validation, filter class validation, BR validation. This is mainly we're going to discuss the filter class bodies. Okay, how you can add a validation logic basically, and how to add a derivation logic. Okay, lots of field properties, how we are going to change. So on this case, we can do that. Okay. Then standard workflow, rule-based workflow, we'll see that this is simple. For design scenario, we are not going to SWDD, right? We would have the T code, but we are not using the T code. Okay, this is rule-based workflow, simple designing. Once you will get that, once I'll make you understand, you see very simple to design the workflow basically. Okay. The next is basically we'll discuss all the real-time scenarios. Might be I'll go through 9 to 10, more than 10 real-time scenarios. So currently can practice that basically. That real-time scenario basically you mean to say that the project that what I am working, I can deliver that things. I can go with example basically. So our course structure is designed like that. We can go to both practical and theoretical, both the things. I can show you the system by taking example basically. We'll do that. Okay, so any question, anything you have, team, anyone? Hers, Suman, Jagan. Any question you have?
Just one query regarding like these workflows. So like, do we need to have some basics of that workflow? Like
No,
you
not
will be
required. Nothing required.
not required.
Nothing required. Nothing required. Okay, so I'll make very simple things. I will explain that to very simple. Only designing you will
Okay.
design that. Okay, fine. So
Yeah.
today the demo session we are going to start basically. So here basically. Okay, so what is MDG basically? Okay, so let me give some example here. So basically we have two kinds of data out there. One is master data, one is transmission data, right? Okay, what is master data? We have material master. Okay, we have customer, we have vendor, we have GL account, right? We have cost center, we have cost center group, cost center hierarchy, office center, PCH. Okay, we have PCG, we have right. So for the transfer data, we have basically we have purchase data, you know that purchase data, sales data, okay, production order, different things we have. So whenever you are going to create a PO, basically you need basically material vendor information, or by using that you are going to create a purchase order. Sales order might be material customer information. By using this, you are going to create a sales order, right? So master data is a crucial thing, right? For every business basically, right? So MDG talks only about the master data. Once we have come to MDG, we are not dealing with any transfer data basically. Okay. MDG talks about only master data. Okay. So MDG stands for master data governance. Okay. So what is MDG basically? So you all know that. So whenever the requirement to create a material, right? You know the T code is MM01 T code is there, right? So once you go to the MM01 T code, you enter the data basically is material type, industry sector, or base unit measure or description. You enter the key field, mandatory field. So once you enter, I click on the save. The moment you click on the save, data store in the Mara table, right? Mara Marcy table, right? Here, no governance, either any governance. The moment you click on the save, data save directly on the table level. No one is governing them. Think it is a production environment, right? So might be some users have some authorization. By mistakenly or knowingly they change some crucial information like bank master or vendor or customer basically, or material moving average price, any the crucial thing they change. So directly impact on your transfer data, right? So because this PO is so they need this master data to create basically, right? So now what SAP brings? SAP brings with a concept known as MDG. MDG is nothing but a master data governance. What SAP say? So with MDG, so now if you are going to create any master data, not create any process you want to do, create or change or delete or block or mass process, mass change, any process you want to do, you should go through the MDG basically. Okay. So what is MDG basically? So now suppose there is a requester user. Requester is a person who is going to initiate the process. Suppose you are the person, you are going to create a material, right? You know the details basically might be material base unit measure, material or material type, industry sector, you know something, right? So once you know that, you go ahead and create material. So now on MDG, once you click on the submit button, data does not store on the backend table. Okay. On this case, we are going to design the workflow. Now workflow which comes to picture. So once request is submit, there might be someone who is going to review the CR, review the changes that you have done. So there might be some reviewer there who is going to review the changes done by the requester. Okay. So might be one more level of approval we can add, final approval basically, maybe directive level of approval will be there. So this is the final approval who is going to approve the changes basically done by the requester or reviewer basically. Okay. So now once approver approve your changes basically, then the data stored on the backend Mara table, active area table known as active area table. We can say Mara table or different table here, Mara LFA1, any table, okay? So till this period that are stored on the staging area. Staging area is nothing but a temporary storage area where the data stored temporarily. Okay, staging area. Staging area. So what is staging area? Staging area is nothing but a temporary storage area where the data is stored temporarily till the final approver approves the CR. So once request are done, any changes, create a material, data stored in the staging area. Okay. So once reviewer validate the request, if you want to add anything to that same material, they can do that. Okay. Once reviewer find everything is fine, then he can move it to approver. Approver is the final person who is going to approve the changes basically. Okay. So once final approver approve the changes, then the data from the staging area will move to the actual original backend table basically, ECC table basically, right? Mara L1 table. Okay. This is known as governance. What is governance? So now before there no governance is there, no tracking is there, right? So anyone can change the material, create a material, the save it, data stores the backend table. But with MDG, what happened? There is a flow is there basically, workflow process is there. Okay, once requester basically create a material, you go to reviewer, reviewer see this, a reviewer approve this, you go to approver, once approver approve this, then data stored in the backend table. Till that time, okay, we have known as staging area basically. This is temporary storage area where the data is stored temporarily till the final approver approves the CR. Okay, so this is known as governance. Okay, so now you see this. So now there are some fundamental principle of master data governance, right? The first is governance that I explained you, right? So now see this. Suppose this is your ECC system is there. Normal ECC or S4 system is there basically. You can say that either ECC system or S4 system. Or S4 system basically. Okay. So MDG is nothing but a software component. Additional licensing cost will be there whenever you want to have MDG. So we need, once you have MDG, we need to activate some BC set, some business function, some services. We are going to activate that. Okay, once we got the license. So MDG sit on top of the ECC S4 basically. So suppose this is a MDG layer. Okay, MDG. Now the backend is S4 ECC. On the top of that, we have a MDG layer, MDG installed basically. Okay. Once we have MDG, then we have a concept of staging area, right? I told you we have a concept of staging area. It is staging area. Staging area. Right. Now you see this. So once we have MDG is in place, okay. So now all the master data currently whatever you are doing through T code, that MM01, 02 or SK01, XT0, any T code you are doing, right? Master data. That T code we should not provide authorization to any of the user production environment, any of the environment basically, because you have MDG is in place basically. So all the master data creation will take place through MDG. Okay. So once master data will be created here, it will go through the workflow driven process. Once final approver approves, data from the staging area will come to the backend tables. Okay. So this is known as MDG system. We call it as a MDG system. There are two deployment options are there. Two deployment options. Deployment options are there. One is hub deployment. One is co-deployment. Okay. These two are the currently we are using. So one more is there. Cloud is there in feature, but still it is on the process basically. Okay. So it is not for customer currently. Cloud is there. Okay. So now basically these two deployment options we are following nowadays. So what is hub deployment? So in case of hub deployment, MDG is considered as completely separate system where only master data operation take place. We are not going to run any business here. only master data system basically, only master data. You are going to create, change, material, vendor, okay, any master data operation you are going to do here. No business basically, okay. So once master data will be created here, it will go to the workflow driven process, then data from the staging area move to the backend table, right? Then we have different connected system might be there, which is responsible for business basically, right? Suppose this is system one, might be the ECC system will be there. This might be we have CRM system, okay, CRM system might be there. This might be SRM system will be there, right? SRM, or this is non might be non-SAP also we have. Any system we can have landscape, right? So non-SAP system. Okay. So now see this. So once master data is created here, then once finally approver approves, data from the staging area move to the backend tables. Once the data is available here, then what is our job? We need to replicate the data from here to here, where actual business take place. Okay. So here we follow DRF, data replication framework, which is through IDOC or web services. Then we follow this. So these two are there where we can move the data from this system to this system basically. So this is known as MDG as a code hub deployment. Hub means MDG is completely a separate system where only master data operation take place. Okay, no transitional data. Once master data operation take place, then it will be moved to the other satellite system basically through IDOC web services. So all the T code before they are using any of the T code they're using basically for create a material master here or here or here or here, all the transaction code need to be blocked. We should not provide any authorization because we have MDG system. It is centralized system. It is a single version of truth basically, okay, where master data will be maintained basically. Okay, so once master data will be maintained here, then it will move to other system. Okay, so all the T code which is available on this system, we should not provide any authorization to any of the user basically. We need to block them. Okay, so any of the system, suppose this some users need a material creation here, they are going to create on this system. Once it is approved, then the data will move to this system. Okay, this is the initial point basically. It is a centralized system, a single version of truth where master data will be created and maintained here. This is known as MDG as a hub deployment. Hub means MDG is a centralized system where only master data operation takes place. Okay, so this is known as governance. Okay, this is known as governance. Team, clear on this? Any question, any doubt here? Anyone? Fine. So, Jagan first.
No. Clear.
Fine, okay. Fine, next is consistency, right? So what is consistency basically? So consistency talks about, okay, so once you are using material master, you know that we have different T codes are there, right? So MM01 is there, 02 is there, okay? So display 03 is there. For mass change, different thing is there, right? Lots of T codes are there. Similarly, for customer XT01, 02, 03, lots of T codes we have, right? Vendor also we have some T code, XK01, some T codes are there, right? Okay? XK01, 02, 03 is there, right? So GL also some T code, cost center some T code, cost center group some T code. Okay, different T codes are there. But what SAP says that once we have MDG, no need to go to all the T code because this T code we are not providing authorization, right? None of the users are authorized to any of the T code. So on that case, what the things is basically we have only one T code NWBC is known as Net Waiver Business Client. Okay. This is one thing, or Fury tells you the class and class UI2. 1 second. Slash and slash UI2 class. Okay, this is Fury. Fury time. For MDG. Okay, so now these two T codes are there. So these two T codes we can create any of the master data. So how is it basically? So now suppose you are going to create a material. So what SAP has provided, material specific role SAP has given, already SAP has given. So there is a A requester role is there. There is a data steward role is there. There is a approval role is there. Different role SAP is given. Standard role SAP is given. A customer SAP is given some role. The role is defined PFCG transaction code. Okay. A vendor also. Okay. So vendor also some T code. Okay, some things there, right? So now, so SAP has given some standard role basically. Customer some role is there, vendor some role is there, or GL specific role is there, cost center some role is there, cost center group some role is there. Okay. Suppose you want to create a material master, you got to require okay material master. You're only specialized to create a material master. Then what basis team will do? They will provide, they will tag your ID to that specific role. Okay. Once they will do that, then you can only create a material master. You can do create, change, delete any operation you can do based upon the role it was controlled. Okay. Suppose you are going to work on the customer or vendor basically, right? The customer, suppose you are going to work on that, there's a customer specific role is there basically, standard role SAP is given. Many times what basis team will do, they copy the standard role, create a custom one basically. Okay. So that custom role, your user ID need to be tagged. Once your user ID need to be tagged, then only you can create a customer. Okay. A vendor also same thing basically. It's here basically, guys. Just I'll show you the system. Just give me 1 minute. So might be I want one second. Okay, so might be I'm able to show you tomorrow. Might be so. Thing is that I don't have access now. So I think okay. My next class I'll show you. So how it is controlled. Okay. So timing. Remember that for every master data, there is a specific role SAP has given. And that role, your user ID need to be tagged. Once that role is tagged, then only you are going to create a customer, a vendor, a GL account, or cost center. Only one T code is enough to do any of the master data operation. So if user ID tagged to the material specific role, then you can do all the material specific things. If user ID tagged to customer, then you are going to do all the customer specific things basically. Okay. So this is control the roles, and these talks about the NWBC. We have only two things. One is NWBC, one is Fury. So lots of company nowadays using Fury instead of NWBC. We look and feel of Fury more better than NWBC. That is the reason. So many of the company are moving to Fury basically. So Fury we have a tile kind of thing. So based upon the tile, suppose create material, one tile will be there. Okay. A change material might be one tile will be there. Okay. So some tiles will be there. So based upon when they click on the tile, they can create a respective material basically, the customer basically. Okay. But only these two T codes are there where we are going to do all kind of operation. No need to remember or no need to do any kind of T code here because you don't have authorization on the production environment. Okay. So even in production environment team, basis team will not provide authorization to this NWBC. Okay. They will create a URL basically. They will provide a URL to you. Okay. Once you click on that URL, you will get whatever the role was assigned to your ID. You will get that tile on that your on the end on your browser basically, right? So suppose your ID tag to material, the material specific tile you will receive. Suppose your user ID tag to customer, the customer specific tile you receive basically. Okay. Even on the real time in production environment, I have seen many of the clients don't have access to NWBC or Fury. They provide an URL. Go to this URL. Whenever you have requirement to create a master data, log into URL with your user ID password. Once you enter that, then you will get some tiles based upon create material, something you need to do that basically. Okay. So this talks about the consistency. This talks about the consistency, right? Okay. So next is basically for the next is basically we have consolidation. So what is consolidation? So we discussed MDG as basically governance. Governance means one master data will be created here, then it will move to here, then be replicated from here to here, right? So now, Suppose you have a bulk amount of data is there during the time of merger or acquisition, right? So their system might be have a bulk amount of data. You need to bring the data from other system to MDG system for governance purpose because it's centralized system, right? So all the master data will be bring here. So suppose you have a system one here. Suppose you have system one here, right? This is one system. This is system two. This is system three, right? Suppose we have different system we have, right? So now thing is that this is system one, okay? This is system two, system three, okay? Fine. So now you see this system one, system two, system three, okay? So now when there's a time of merger or acquisition kind of things, right? So might be they have different database server here, they have this system and different database server, this system and different database server, right? They have bulk amount of data here, here and here. You need to bring the data from this layer to MDG layer, from this to MDG, this to MDG. Okay. So once you bring here, then only you can do the governance, right? Any kind of change to existing material, once you bring here, you want to change, you need to do here. Then you can move to other system, this system to be this purpose basically. So how you are going to do that? Okay. Now, different way are there, just like MDG. Okay, MDG one of the tool for governance tool. Similarly, we have one tool known as MDC there, right? MDC. MDC stands for Master Data Consolidation. MDC stands for Master Data Consolidation. Okay. This is also separate licensing cost is there. This does not come along with MDG. Okay. If you want to have MDC, then basically we need to have separate licensing there. Okay. So when there is a requirement of mass processing, basically the mass change or file upload, bulk computer load, generally we use that MDC tool. So why we use MDC tool? Because MDC has its own benefit basically through MDC. Suppose example I am giving, you have customer XYZ here, same customer XYZ here, because they have different database, right? Same customer XYZ here. Okay. So now whenever you're retrieving the data from each system, right? The three customers are the same customer present in all the system. You don't need to bring all these three to this system, right? Because if you're bringing that, it is creating a duplicate customer here, right? So on that case, MDC has its own mechanism. Okay, so here match is there. Okay, match, merge. Okay, best taken calculation, duplicate check, duplicate, duplicate check, and best record calculation. Okay. So these are the mechanism what MDC have. Okay, so match is there. What it will do? It will match the record, it will merge it, and it will find a duplicate record and best record. So out of these three records, what is the best record basically? Okay, so that record it will move to your MDG system basically. By doing this, we are removing the duplicate data basically. Okay, but duplicate is a main concern in MDG basic master data basically, right? You should avoid to create a duplicate records in master data basically. Okay, it should be clean. Master data should be clean because based upon that your business depends, right? So it is a centralized system. You should clean your master data basically. So you don't need to bring all the three customer to here. Okay, so either you are going to deduplicate check basically. We have MDC, one of the tool. So what it will do, it will match, merge, duplicate check, best calculation. It will do that and bring the data to the ECC system basically. Okay, or MDG system basically. You can do that. Or different other mechanisms. Suppose MDC, this separate licensing cost is there, right? If the client might not need, might be additional budget will be there. Okay, so we can use MDG provided. MDG have file upload is there or DIM, data import framework, data import framework. Okay, okay. So this is MDG. MDC is separate tool. If you are not going to use MDC tool, MDG has its own tool known as file upload or DIM. Through this tool, what we can do, we can load the data to the MDG system. While loading, you can govern the data. Okay, if you want to suppose you are the requester, you are pulling the data, right? 100 records on 1000 materials at a time you're pulling. Someone is the reviewer, someone is the approver might be there. Okay, so on that case you can govern the data. That data, once it is governance is done, then data move from staging to backend table where data is stored actually. Okay, file upload is there, or DI data import framework is there. These two tools, inbuilt tool of MDG basically is. Okay, one is MDC, one is MDG. Second thing is basically you can also use LSMW or BAPIs or VDC or LTMC. Okay, these are the tools are there. Okay, we can load the data. So now, see now this table might be contains lakhs of records, right? Millions of records. This also might be contains lakhs of records. So generally, what many clients I have seen that they instead of following the file upload DI, because this is the governance process, right? So it will go to the governance process, requester, reviewer, someone. Okay, so what they do, they directly dump. They take these methods by using LSMW, BAPI, or BDC. They directly dump into the backend table. Okay, so they are not following the governance phase. Initial records, right? This is initial load records. Okay, might have lots of data there. Who is going to govern them, right? So what they do, so what we do basically, we follow this. We can write a custom logic basically through BDC, BAPI, or LSMWs, and we need to dump to the main table. Once the data is here, next time whenever you are going to change the data, right, you're going to do the MDG, right? So once data is here, suppose requirement came to change the existing material, you need to change it. Then you go to the governance process. Once final approver approves, then data will move from this layer to this layer. Okay, these are different way to load the master data. One is MDC. MDC is nothing but a master data consolidation. It is inbound to SAP, right? So pulling data from different system to SAP MDG system, right? MDG stands for master data governance. It means this layer. So you are creating a master data, you are governing them. Once the governance process is complete, you need to send the data to the other connected system for the business purpose. This is MDG and this is MDC. This is MDG, that is MDC. Okay, so we can use this tool basically LSMW, BAPI, BDC, LTMC. Okay, fine. So next is basically integration, right? One next is integration. So what is integration talks about? You see this? SAP has MDG's ability to connect to SAP to SAP, SAP to non-SAP system. You see this? You can connect SAP to SAP system through IDOC web services. Okay, so you can connect to this system, SAP system, to non-SAP system. Might be there, middleware will be there, so might be comes into picture. Okay, so middleware. So here comes into picture. We have XI or PI basically, or some other middleware will be there, right? Or MuleSoft will be there, okay, or TIBCO, lots of middleware are there, right? So what it will do, we need to send the data from MDG layer to this layer. The job of middleware, it convert to readable format and non-SAP system, right? So it will convert the data and send data from the system. So SAP has ability to connect to SAP system, to SAP, or SAP to non-SAP basically through this one. And even we can connect to external system basically, external system. What is external system? External system. Okay. So one example I provide, DNB might be heard the name, I'm not sure. So DNB, one of the company basically, Dun & Bradstreet, DNB. Okay, DNB was the company there, right? So one is Vertex. Vertex you heard might be Vertex tax notification basically. Vertex is there. We have advice services, right? Advice services. Advice services. Okay. So what is the job of DNB, right? DNB is one of the company which maintain the vendor and customer details across the region. Okay, so maintain they validate the vendor basically. They validate the vendor basically. They maintain the KYC of the vendor. They maintain customer actual data, actual bank information, actual address, actual telephone number, phone number, email. Okay, lots of information they maintain that. Okay, suppose your company want to do business with some vendor, some customer. Instead of you are validating that vendor customer basically, okay, you can directly approach to DNB and check that if that customer is payment default or something, some or it is blocked something, some customer, right? Lots of reason might be. So it will fetch data from the DNB. So MDG, whenever you are creating a master data, right? Suppose you are creating a customer, right? The customer can have hundreds of fields are there, right? So even whenever manually request is going to fill the material, right? Might be some, it will take some time or it will give you error, might be some mistakenly they fill some wrong values on the field, right? So in order to avoid this, generally what we use this system basically, right? DNB. So example I'm providing. So suppose whenever you are creating a material, I have a customer name, country, region, three information I have, right? So once you enter here data here basically, on the fly it will go to DNB server through enrichment framework, enrichment API. We have that concept. On the fly, it go to DNB. It will bring all the customer registered by same name, country, region. Okay, might be 1, 2, or 100. Okay, how many customers available there? Okay, it will pull. It will go to this DNB system and bring the data to the MDG in pop-up screen. Now your job is to select which customer you want to select. Once you select the customer, once you click on the OK button, all the information that is retrieved from DNB, it will auto populate on your UI screen. Suppose customer bank information, customer complete address, telephone number, fax number, email, what are the things they have, right? So all the information will be auto populated. Okay. See, by using this, you are going to enrich your master data basically. See, you enter the three field, only customer name, region, and some information, right? A country basically. Then you directly hit to DNB server. So based upon the information you provided, it will pick the data and bring to MDG system in the pop-up screen. So once you click the select the customer and select the OK button, all the information that is retrieved from here, it will be auto populated on your screen basically. Okay. By this, you are enriching your master data with a cleaner information, right? So more clear, clean information, right? So that is the thing. We can connect to the external system. The vertex, some countries have tax jurisdiction, right? So US countries, right? The moment you enter the country, India, or country US or region, some region you enter, right? So California, some enter region, right? They have different tax jurisdiction, right? So whenever you enter that, so directly go to the vertex system, pull the tax jurisdiction, then populate on your MDG screen basically. It's easier for the user to check what is the tax associated with that country and region. Okay. So we have address services there. It is mainly for address standardization basically. So whenever you create a customer, a vendor, a GL, okay, anything you create, right? So address, suppose someone gives short form as avenue, AVN, someone has give, right? Someone has give avenue as complete name, someone has give, right? So what it will do, it will hit to address services system. It will pick the standard address maintained for this field. Okay, so that every customer, vendor, or GL, anything is created, right? To follow the same pattern basically. Okay, so it would not have different pattern all the system. So these address services used to standardize the address that we are going to maintain. These are the external system we can connect to MDG. Other systems are there, right? Open text is there, lots of other systems are there. We can connect to the MDG. Okay, so these systems generally used to enrich your master data with additional information. Okay, master data should be clean enough. It should be error free. It should be it should not be duplicate records, right? So any impact on the master data directly impact on the business basically. That is the reason lots of company are nowadays moving. Maximum company nowadays moving to MDG basically, right? Okay, so that is the thing we have. But one thing, whenever you have, suppose you have a ECC, right? Now you are planning to move to S4. The moment you move to S4, MDG license SAP provide up to some records, some master data might be, I'm not sure, might be 10,000 master data. If you create 10,000 of something material, up to that it is free. Out of, if you creating more material to table, then it is chargeable kind of things. Okay, that is licensing cost basically we have. That is the reason whenever we have, because many companies nowadays moving to S4. So once they are moving to S4, then many companies they are going to implement MDG basically for governance process. They're not using MDM or some other tool. So lots of now you might be seeing that MDG has lots of demand nowadays, because if the company is moving to S4, they're going to have MDG in place for governance tool. Okay, so this is external system we have, right? So we can connect external system for data enrichment. We have DNB, Bhatek, other services is there to enrich the master data with additional information basically. Okay, fine. So here we have integration we have talked about, right? Next is basically flexibility, right? So what is flexibility? Flexibility talks about, okay, so by default, SAP has provided three data model, okay? One is BP, BP stands for business partner. Business partner, one is MM stands for material master, 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 one is 0G for finance. That's right. So out of the box, SAP has provided three data models currently. You can govern business partner means you can govern BP, customer vendor, for material master, or G for finance. Okay. So now, suppose your client say that we have other master data, right? We have in the system, bank master is there, asset master is there, fixed asset is there. Okay. So we have purchase info records is there, right? There are different master data currently available on the system, right? So clients say that create such a system that I want to govern my bank master data. So any changes, it should go to the approval process, right? So once approval approve the things, then data will save on the backend table. So on that case, SAP is given flexible enough that you need to create a complete custom data model, custom UI, all the custom things you can design that. Okay, that is the reason SAP is more flexible, that you can also create a custom data model and put it under governance mechanism. You can do that. Okay, so DAX talks about the governance basically, right? DAX talks about the governance basically. Okay, so let me flexibility, right? So next is basically data quality, right? So data quality basically it is used to improve the quality of data, right? So here basically, so quality of data means, so one example I given, right? So you can connect MDG to other system to enrich a master data, right? To additional information. By this you can increase the quality of data. One data option is there, right? We have other option is there for data quality is there. Data quality we have basically duplicate check. Okay, so duplicate check is there. So any material based upon some field you can maintain the duplicate. Suppose I see that, suppose if material type, suppose material type or description or plant, okay, some field, okay, or description or material type or some more field, right? Some combination you can provide. If these values already there in the system for one material, okay, if another material you are creating same information, right, same information, it means you're creating a duplicate records. Okay, so on that case, so moment you are going to enter duplicate record based upon some field combination you have provided, it will give a pop-up screen that already so and so material number is created with created a duplicate record found in the table. Okay, do you wish to continue basically? So by using duplicate check, we can help the user avoid creating a duplicate records basically. Okay, by doing this, you can improve the quality of data basically. Okay, so these are the fundamental principles of MDG. One is governance, one is consistency, one is consolidation, one is integration, one is flexibility, one is data quality. Okay, so any question up to this team? Anyone have? Jagan, Hers?
No, yes.
Oh, yes.
Okay, fine. So I'll take just 5 minutes, then we'll wind up the class basically. Okay, so okay, so you have seen this basically hub deployment, right? This is hub deployment. So what is co-deployment? You can ask co-deployment basically. Suppose client say that I have a current running system is there, right? Current running EC system is there. Okay. Okay. So on that system, I want to have MDG. Okay. So SAP is flexible enough that what SAP says, you can also install MDG on your ongoing current system basically. Suppose it is your current ECC system is there, right? ECC, we can have MDG here. So now, once all the T code basically responsible for creation master task to be blocked here. So for MDG, if you want to create, then we have this T code, right? NWC or this T code. Through this T code, we are going to create a master task. Once we create that, it will go to the governance process. Once final approved, data step in the backend table. Once data stored here, then here we can create a business basically. You can create the purchase address, etc. You can create, right? So the same system, we are governing the master task. Also, you are creating a business, running a business here basically. Okay, real setup purchase basically, right? So you see this basically we have a landscape basically. So the given overview of this. You see some pros are there, right? In hub deployment. Okay. So independent speed of innovation for new SAP MDG capabilities. Obviously, it's a complete new system, right? So next is basically clear system records. So now this is a complete new system, right? So complete fresh system, no data is there, right? So whenever you are loading the data to the system, on that case, we can have MDC that I've told you, right? We can use MDC for consolidation approach, right? Vertical calculation. You can use that. So we can use to remove the duplicate records and put a clean records on the MDG system basically, okay? So that you can do that. Or you can take a help of BUDS team, okay? Data profiling team basically, right? They can apply the logic rules from their side. They'll provide a clean data to you. Once they provide the clean data, then you can upload here basically. Okay, so that can be also be done basically. Okay, so now allow fresh start with clean data, right? So this is a complete new system, so you need to ensure that data should be clean before loading the data basically. We can have MDC, we can have BODS basically, or different teams can be involved to clean your existing data and bring to the MDG system basically. You can do that. And cons are basically the separate HANA database system is required, right? So here different system, different licensing cost will be required here, right? And data migration, right? So here data migration team might be separate team will be there. What they are going to do, they will migrate the data from other system to this system. This is initial load kind of thing, right? Either they follow MDC way or they follow any other way basically, right? So different way I've told you, they follow that load the data basically. Okay, these are the pros and cons are there. Similarly, code deployment, you see this code deployment, no replication of master, right? So here we're not replicating, right? Here in the same system, we have master type here, we have a transfer data here, right? So master type we created, we're running a business here. So no replication is needed. No separate system, no additional data migration, right? No separate HANA-DB, right? Nothing, okay? Some cons are there. So MDG upgrade will be dependent on S4HANA system. So now here the problem is, right? So current version of MDG is MDG 2020 version. The latest version of MDG is there. Okay. So suppose MDG SAP upgrade MDG to MDG 2020 version. Okay. For this 2020. So what SAP say that ECC should be 7. Suppose example I'm giving 7.4. Okay. 7.4. So due course of time, SAP increase its version, suppose 2021, 2022, some version SAP increase. So might be ECC, simultaneously SAP increase that. So here, suppose you are doing any kind of upgrade kind of thing. Suppose current version is this one. If you are going to upgrade to 2021 version, next version is 2021. It is on. It will come might be someday. So here, whenever you are doing upgrade, right? Only master team will be impacted. Okay, so any issues during time upgrade kind of things, only MDG team will be impacted, right? Your business will not impact, right? Business is running on the system, right? But in case of co-deployment, right, whenever you're doing upgrade, you need to take a decision of both the master team and the business translator team basically. Any impact, any issue, both the team will be impacted. Okay, so that decision could be coordinated taken basically. Okay, here only master team will be impacted, business will run as usual. But if you're doing co-deployment, any kind of upgrade, then you need to be more cautious. Both the team to be notified, both the master team and the transfer team to be notified. Okay, so this thing is there. So additional effort needed to cleanse and consolidate existing data. So now see this, you have already data is there, right? But now client say that on the same system I want to have MDG. But once you have MDG, then you need to run your deduplication kind of thing. You need to find the duplicate records. You want to clean your master data, right? Once MDG is placed. So this is a long run process basically. So you can have a BODS or MDC basically tool is there. You can use that to clean your existing data. You can remove the duplicate records kind of things, right? So that things is there basically. You can do that. Okay, so this is talks about the core deployment and hub deployment, right? Hub deployment, MDG is complete separate box. Core deployment, same box, we can have both master data basically. Okay, clear? Any question team up to this? Anyone?
Oh,
Okay,
yes.
so fine, so clear. Okay, so this is the thing. This is MDG, right? So you got a clear picture of MDG, right? Why you need MDG? MDG basically used only for governance approach, right? So governance basically. So once MDG in place, all the master data, whatever you are doing right now, you need to go through MDG basically. Even create, change, block, do any operation you are going to do master data, it should go through the governance process. Okay. Once final approval approves, then the data will move from the staging area to the backend table. Okay, once the data is available here, suppose this system need only material, this system need only customer, you can send filter is there. We have a concept of filter is there. You can do that. So how we going to do? So from here to here, we're going to use IDOC web services basically to move the data from here to here. Okay, this is governance and this is consolidation. Okay, this inbound to SAP. Suppose you have a data here, bulk data here, you can use MDC, one of the tool basically is to load the data from here to here basically. On that we have match, merge, duplicate, check, there, right? We can do that. And SAP has ability to connect to MDG to SAP system, SAP to non-SAP system, SAP to external system. External system mainly for data enrichment kind of thing, improving the quality of data basically, right? So, so this we have four deployment, hub deployment, right? These things are there currently. So let me see. Okay, so this is MDG system from there. This is consolidation basically. This is MDG hybrid. Hybrid means we can have both the things, both MDG and MDG, both the things you can have. Okay, both the things you have. We have okay. And these are some business functions are there. I'll just let you show you basically. It's might be a next class. I'll show you how to. Suppose you got a requirement to activate a material master. You have the license now. Okay. So now your job. Suppose you got complete pay system to install material, activate a material master, or you activate the business partner customer basically. Okay. So on that case, how you are going to do that? Okay. So there is a SAP guide SAP has given already. SAP has given basically. Let me show you. So now suppose you see this SAP MDG MDG 9.2 MDG M 9.2 configuration guide. Configuration guide. This is the first things, right? Once you have the MDG icon, you check that. You see this configuration master data governance material, right? You need to check this one. Okay, so now see this latest version 2021. You see this is the version basically given here. Okay, 2020 is latest. So this is will come after some days. I'm not sure if it is available currently for the customer, but this is the latest version we are using. Okay, so based upon the release, which release you are going to, which version you are going to have installing MDG, right? Based upon that, you need to find the document here. Then you see this here. This you can download this document. Okay, complete document you can download PDF format. Okay, create a custom PDF or you can do that. Okay, so once you do that, so we need to activate some business function. You see this, these activities can be done along with the basis team. Okay, they are going to do that. You need to guide them. They're going to do that. Okay, so this foundation layer is there, right? Foundation layer is there, application layer is there, right? So here application layer is there. We need to activate that. Okay, this is business function is there, some services are there, BC sets are there, lots of things are there. We need to activate that. Once you activate that, then your system is ready for material master. Okay, so system is ready. Okay, so next class I'll show you this more details on this, basically how you are going to find the config guide basically for material master, the customer master, vendor master, basically I'll let you know. Okay, so now it's almost 10:30. So any question, team, any doubt you have up to this?
Hi Riaz, Ashima this side.
Yeah, hi Asima.
Yeah, actually, I joined just 10 minutes before. Already, I have
Mhm.
seen your demo, which is shared by Naveen to me, and I was quite impressed the way you are teaching, and the knowledge is really good from your side. That's why I really want to join your course. But my point is like, I am a functional consultant. I have a 4 years of experience as a functional consultant and on a various role. Although I am a EWM consultant, but now I'm working in a PLM module also. And for
Okay,
my future enhancement, I want to go for the MDG because there is a huge demand of MDG in my project and in my company and in Europe actually.
okay.
So is there, my question is this MDG, because I don't have any knowledge of technical. So
No need, no
there,
need.
Mhm. So
The
will you
MDG
guide
we
us
have.
like, my question is not finished yet. So, will you guide us like how the functional consultant will, because I have already attended so many modules, they are just showing how to install, how to configure T code, all those, and then your module is finished. I want a training where a person can guide us, like as a functional consultant, there will be an integration question. How will you answer the use cases? How you are going to use this kind of methodology in your working. You understand what I mean?
I understand. So complete
Yeah,
real-time example I'm going to provide to you
exactly.
basically. So
Yeah.
10 to
Mm-hmm.
12 basically you will have complete hands-on basically MDG. So by the end of the course, so see basically two things are there here. One is functional consultant for MDG, one is technical consultant for MDG, right? Functional
Mm-hmm.
consultant, what they do, they gather the information, they create FST, they build the systems, they create a change request, workflow, lots of things are there basically functional consultant. Okay, so
And there are
one is
so many deep
technical.
dive sessions also, like when requirement comes, we have to analyze that requirement. We are able to do it with the developer. Like definitely we are going to have a one developer associated to us. But how
Correct.
can we, like after this module, are we able to think of it that is it possible this enhancement can be made, or you understand what I mean, what the client requirement is, we are able to do that on
Yes, you
our
can do
own?
that. Yes, you can absolutely do that by your own. By okay, so might be after end of the course, you can you can see basically my training is basically completely practical kind of things. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
I'll go into the system. I'll show you complete end to end that how to create a data modeling, how to work on the UI modeling, how to work in the process modeling, how to create a change request, workflows, not a theory kind of things, completely it's practical kind of things you are going to do on your own, because if I am creating, then you need to practice that basically, right? So how to create a workflow,
Mm-hmm.
how to set up a complete replication model, I'll show you how to
Mm-hmm.
configure idocs, all the things I'll show you. So complete
Mm-hmm.
and to practical kind of things I'm going to show you, right? So one is
So,
technical consultant. Yeah, technical consultant job is to they have some bodies well, we have some bodies there, feeder class is there,
mm-hmm.
BRF validation is there, right? They are going to work on it. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so this course is designed both for technical things and functional things. So both the consultant can have this. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
they can they
Mm-hmm.
can they can go into the each field and work independently on the project
Mm-hmm.
basically.
Okay, and which role are you focusing more, material, business partner, or finance, or these three all together?
All three together I'll explain. So all the three
Mm-hmm.
data model, including custom data model, we are going to work on it.
Mm-hmm. Ah, okay. Okay, that will be good if we have a custom also, because sometimes we have to propose some workflow, some designing
Correct.
that we can do this instead of that. This type of training actually we are looking for. Thanks, Riyaz.
Thank
Thanks. And because I have already joined late, so I will take the video from Naveen. And is it a first class or is it a demo class actually?
The first demo class, second class will go to data modeling because
This is the demo, yeah, which you have already
Yeah.
given. Okay. So you're not going to repeat this thing again tomorrow or maybe next class.
yes, correct.
Okay, I will take the video from Naveen if you have said something. Nice to talk to you, Riyaj, and definitely see you soon.
Thank you. Thanks, Sima. So, any question, Hers, Suman, Jagan, any question you have?
Nothing we asked from my end.
Okay, then. So next class we'll think. So our class is not a theoretical, basically complete practical kind of things. I'll go into the system. I'll design myself and share my knowledge. Basically, complete real time kind of things. Okay, so not a theoretical class. Basically. Okay, so then thanks, team. Thanks for joining. We'll see you next class. Huh?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Riyaz. Thank you.
And
Thank you, Riyaz.
one last question, Riyaz, before you leave.
Yes.
The classes are going to be like the same in the evening time because not the time schedule will not be changing, yeah? Hopefully.
Yes. Hopefully
Because
it will not
sometime
change.
consultant says we are, yeah, because
Hopefully it
sometime
will.
because we are in Europe and over here time difference is a matter for us. So sometime consultant says after some time we are not able to take in the evening, you have to wake up early morning at 4 or 5 o'clock, and because as per the Indian time, and this is really an issue for us. So if it
No,
is
it's
the
fine.
evening
So
batch, that
this
will be
time is
great
fine.
for us. Yeah,
This time I think it will be
the
fine
evening
for
is
me.
better. Yeah, this time is perfectly all right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, team. Thanks for joining.
Yeah. Good night. Bye.